Hi, guys. So, I have some pretty exciting things that I want to share with you. I got 5 or 6 things to share. So, I'm just going to get right into it, you guys. I'm pretty tired, but I'm so busy the next couple days that this is the only time that I can get the info out. And considering it's the second day of Hanukkah, um, I really, really want to get this out. So, I want to start out with the September 23rd Revelation 12 sign. You guys, for some reason, throughout the summer, as we got closer, something in my spirit just did not sit right about this Revelation 12 sign. I don't know why I felt what I felt. Um, because you guys, I don't pay attention to all that stuff, the stellarium and the stars and all this and that. But like all you guys, we were all paying attention to and waiting and anticipating this Revelation 12 sign. But then you guys, Labor Day weekend came and I had that dream about watching that gentleman on YouTube, and he was showing stellarium and he was showing the stars, and he said, "You guys, hold on, these stars are about to fall. Jesus is coming." And it was like he was just reassuring us, like, "I know you guys are tired and weary, but hold on, Jesus is coming." And then he talked about the stars falling. But then I also felt like the Lord was pointing me to something that had to do with Libra. And back then, I thought he was pointing us to September too, because Libra is in September, and I only know that because my birthday is in September. So September came and gone, and nothing really happened. And I thought about this through October and November, like, well, if this was the true Revelation 12 sign, why is nothing that has to do with Revelation, nothing else is happening? So, you guys, about 5, 6 days ago, I came across a video from Steve Fletcher, and he was showing the things that are happening around Virgo right now. And you guys, I'm not a great teacher, and I can't explain exactly what he was showing, but he did show that Libra was in that area of Virgo. And I can't really remember what he was saying, but he had mentioned Libra, and I thought, I believe that's what the Lord showed me back in on Labor Day weekend, that I was supposed to be paying attention to something that had to do with Libra. So you guys, I'm just throwing it out there. I think the title of that video is this Trump's 7-day warning to Hanukkah, something like that. So then about 5 days ago, you guys, I came across a comment from a gentleman named Dan, and his channel is The Rescue of the Bride. And I didn't find this comment on his channel, but I found it on another channel. And I checked out his channel yesterday, and he doesn't make videos. And I have not watched his videos yet, so I'm pretty excited. I want to go back and watch some of his videos. But you guys, this comment just like really stood out to me, and it makes complete sense. So you guys just listen carefully to what he has to say. And then what else I have to share kind of goes along with what he says. So he says, "The rapture is imminent. Please spread the word. There is one solid fact that we cannot avoid. It is this: the woman of Revelation 12 is still pregnant as of December 7th. Revelation 12, 3 through 5 tells us the order of events. The red dragon appears. The red dragon sweeps a third of the stars out of the sky and hurls them to the earth. The red dragon stands in front of the woman who is about to give birth. After the stars fall, then the woman gives birth in Revelation 12:5. The third of the stars are still in the sky. Revelation 12:4 has not yet happened, therefore the woman of Revelation 12 is still pregnant. Some watchmen have assumed that the child has already been born based on Jupiter crossing an arbitrary line in the stellarium depiction of Virgo. That line of thinking ignores and contradicts the plain scripture of Revelation 3 through 5. The stellarium depiction of Virgo is not standard. See the International Astronomical Union depiction of Virgo, and he leaves a link. The stellarium depiction of Virgo is arbitrary. The lines of the depiction were chosen by men, and assumed birth is based on that arbitrary depiction. It cannot be correct. The third of the stars are still in the sky. The woman of Revelation 12 is still pregnant as of December 7th. However, the child of the woman of the Revelation 12 sign will be born before December 16th. Jupiter, representing the child, will move completely outside of Virgo, representing the woman, midday on December 15th. At that point, the woman will most definitely no longer be pregnant. In order for Revelation 12, 3 through 5 to be fulfilled, the woman must give birth on or before December 15th. Revelation 12, 3 through 5 requires the woman to still be pregnant when the red dragon sweeps a third of the stars out of the sky and stands in front of her. That means that we can expect the stars to fall before December 16th. When the stars begin to fall, we next see the great multitude in white robes in the throne room in heaven. We infer that the rapture must have happened. The only other alternative is that Yahweh God is lying to us. That cannot possibly be the case. He would never do such a cruel thing to his children who love him. The rapture is imminent, and he says he believes that we are going home before December 16th. So then, like 2 days later, you guys, I came across a video from Renee Moses. And we all know about this comet asteroid that is supposed to be passing by Earth on December 17th. And I heard about it, but I didn't pay real close attention to it until I watched Renee's video. And you guys, the comet name is 3200 Phaethon. I think that's how you pronounce it. But the AKA name for it is Satan, Lucifer, Wormwood, Nibiru, Planet X. So then I thought back to this comment and I'm like, well, what if he is correct? What if she gives birth on December 15th? And considering the AKA name of this comet, if it passes Earth close enough where we would get the debris field from this comet, would that not be the signs of the beginning of the tribulation? You guys, again, I'm just throwing it out there. But then I came across, I watched a video from Rye. You guys know her as Rye. Her name is Kristen, and her channel is Teteleste on the Cross. And her husband had a dream a couple nights ago that Kristen was in labor. She was giving birth. And they were in the car, and they were on their way to this birthing center. And he got pretty graphic in it, but he said in the car, she started passing this white thing. And once he described it, you guys, I knew immediately what he was talking about. And after I watched the video, I read some comments, and I knew I was right because a lot of people were commenting that they felt like that was the mucus plug. And as we know, once the mucus plug comes out, the water breaks and you're in full-blown labor. So, of course, we're probably all thinking that the Lord is showing us that now we are in full-blown labor. Well, then he had talked about this nurse, and her name was Nicole. And you guys, I thought about the dream I had about a month ago about the twins, and I named my twins Nicholas and Patrick. And Amanda Christian also had a dream about having twins, and she named hers Patrick and Stephen. I looked up the meaning of those names, you guys, and Nicole and Nicholas have the same meaning, and it means victory for the people. And Corey also got December 15th. I think the Lord spoke to him and said something about things will not be the same up until December 15th. So you guys, I mean, it's like just mind-blowing what is happening right now. and everything that I've been shown. And then especially this morning, you guys, I was thinking about the twins. I just felt like the Lord was pointing something that had to do with the twins. Well, I should say last night after I watched Todd from It Is Finished, he had mentioned that we were having the Gemini meteor shower today and tomorrow, the 13th and the 14th. And I just knew that the Lord is telling us something significant with twins. And when he mentioned the Gemini meteor shower, I was like, wow, Gemini means twins. So then I was thinking this morning when I got up, and it's like, when did I didn't have a dream, but I woke up and I knew it was sometime this summer. I woke up saying, the twins said the sun is up. It's time to go. It's time to go. So you guys, I went back to my channel to look for that video, and I wasn't going to watch it, but something kept on just poking at me like, you got to watch the video. You got to watch the video. And I kind of remembered that, and I thought, well, I don't need to watch the video. But then I looked at the video, and it was 8 minutes and some seconds long, and I thought, well, what else did I say in this video? I must have said a lot more than the twins, and I saw the picture of Will Smith. So I knew I shared that, but I knew it was short as well. So you guys, I almost fell to the floor crying when I watched this video. Because I totally forgot about this dream, you guys. I had a dream. The first thing I shared in that video was I had a dream that my grandma and I were making these Krumkaka cookies together. In my dream, I knew that she was already in heaven. And I thought to myself, or I must have said it in the dream, like, how are we making these cookies together if you're in heaven? And she was stirring the batter, and she looked up at me with this big smile on her face, and she said telepathically, soon we will be making these cookies together. You guys, the only time my grandma's ever made these cookies is at Christmas time. I don't know about other Norwegians, but we specifically make these cookies at Christmas time, and that's the only time out of the year. It's a very special thing that my grandma used to do, and I just love these cookies, so she would make me my own batch. But I did think about, after I woke up from that dream, like, why did I dream this in June? Something just like, why did I dream this in June? But then I continued watching the video, and that morning I think it was a vision. I don't remember really dreaming it, and all I remember was I was looking at the television in my dream or vision, and I saw a picture of Will Smith. And in the headlines below, it said Will Smith dead at the age of 49. And so when I got up, I Googled Will Smith. And I thought he was roughly my age. I'm 43, and I grew up watching him on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, so I thought he couldn't possibly be more than 45. But when I Googled him, he was 48 in June, and he turned 49 September 25th. And then I remember reading the comments about him playing a villain in a lot of his movies, and maybe he was representing the phoenix rising from the ashes. And then I know a couple years ago, 49 was symbolic to something, you guys, but I cannot remember for the life of me what that symbolism was. And I think it had to do with the Super Bowl. I think back then it was Super Bowl 49. And so there was a lot of talk about the number 49. But wasn't that like maybe 3 years ago it was 49? But I'm not sure. So you guys, I don't know why I had that dream about Will Smith and what it did truly represent. But now that he is 49, You guys, I don't know. I don't know because I don't watch Will Smith. I've watched two of his movies, and I think back when I looked at it, he had roughly like 28 movies out. And I did look at the movies that he played in, and I had only seen two of them. So it's not like I'm a big follower of him or he's on my mind. So I just found it kind of strange that I did dream about him. And then the next thing I shared was waking up that morning saying, the twin said, the sun is up, it's time to go, it's time to go. And then, as you guys know, a lot of people are getting lemons in their dreams, which represents Hanukkah. Barry Scarborough talked about the references to the oil lamps was only referred on the Jewish feast. It was the only reference that had to do with the oil lamps at Hanukkah. And then people were having dreams about the lemons. Well, about 2 days ago, and I don't know if this is why it triggered my dream, you guys, but I had a short dream that I was getting one of my residents ready to go visit her family, and we were going to paint her fingernails. And in real life, I always lay out like 5 or 6 colors for her to choose from. In my dream, I did the same thing, and I said, I'll be right back. And I had to go do something in my dream. And when I came back, she had grabbed the yellow fingernail polish and painted her own nails, and she had gotten it all over her fingers. And in my dream, I started laughing at her, and I said, your fingers look like a bunch of big old lemons. And then that's all I really remember from the dream, you guys. But I know Kristen Rye, she had dreams about the lemons. And then, you guys, the 120 days, Barry Scarborough had mentioned that in his video as well. There's a lot of references in the Bible that talk about the 120 years and the 120 days. Pastor Sandy is also talking about the 120 days, which from this solar eclipse, August 21st, 120 days later, is the 7th day of Hanukkah, which is December 19th. So, you guys, the last thing I'm going to say, again, probably for the 5th time, is Rabbi Ben Samuel's prophecy. You guys grasp this. Just if only one or two of his prophecies came true, I could see us dismissing it. But the fact that every single prophecy that he spoke was so accurate and every single one of them came true. How could a man that lived in the 1200s predict and be so precise on something that was 800 years in the future? And they all came true, every single one of them. And the last one is that Jesus will return in 2017. You guys, with Jerusalem becoming the capital of Israel and all that's happening in the world right now, and I don't need to get into it because you guys all know, but just the wars and the rumors of war, everything that's happened with Israel and Syria and Russia and China and North Korea and the US, it's just prophecy is being fulfilled before our very eyes, and it's escalating every single day, you guys. It's like reading the front news headlines to the Bible. I mean, you read the Bible and it's like, wow, this stuff is happening today. So, you guys, just because the Revelation 12 sign came and gone, I just don't want you guys to get comfortable and think that Jesus isn't coming for a little while longer and, getting back into the worldly things. We have to live in this world, but we don't have to be a part of it. So, you guys, just all I want to say is just keep focused on the Lord, keep looking up, because our redemption is truly now. I believe the Lord is already here. I had that vision a couple weeks ago about the hurting of the last of his children, that we that are in Christ are safe, and he was going out and getting the rest of them, and then it was time to go home. And I don't have to mention the last couple other dreams that I've had, you guys. And it's not just my dreams, you know. Everybody is having the dreams. 5 years ago, it was Jesus is coming. Jesus is coming. And then just a couple years later, it's Jesus is coming soon. He's coming soon. He's coming soon. Now, today in 2017, everybody is receiving it's now. Jesus is coming now. You know, our now is not his now, but we know the season and we all feel it. We all know that we are in this season. And the last dream I wanted to bring up again, you guys, was the dream that I had where Jesus came to the hospital and was donating blood. In my dream, you guys, I felt like he was saying it was the beginning of winter because when he was walking up the sidewalk into the hospital, it was snowing outside. But I remember seeing the green grass. So it was like the beginning of winter. So that's what I felt like he was showing me in the dream. Like it was the beginning of winter because I could still see the green grass. But you guys, I'm at 21 minutes, so I'm going to let you guys go and just think about everything that I just spoke of. You know, the mucus plug, I believe we are in full blown labor right now. And if Dan's correct with December 15th, with her giving birth, and this asteroid that could possibly be part of the tribulation, there's just so many things. So we just got to pray on it, you guys. And if we see Christmas come, let's just not get discouraged, you know, we're in Christ. We love the Lord loves us, and there's no reason for us to turn our backs on him now. You know, that's just showing that we truly weren't for Jesus if we were so involved in the rapture and the return of Christ and things are looking like he's not coming, and now we get back into the world and get involved with everything else that we were involved in, you know, like me 5 years ago, then does that really show that I truly love the Lord with all my heart, soul, and mind? So it's just something to think about, you guys. Just keep loving the Lord. He loves us so much, and keep looking up. I'm telling you, we are there. The Lord is here. He's ready to take us home. But I'm going to let you guys go. So you guys take care and God bless, and I'll talk to you soon.